Yes, good morning, YouTube. Good morning. So, talk about street theatre last night. Within minutes of me getting home last night, there's a big, Sunday school bus that pulls up. Now, what I believe is this. They ain't going no, they're all Asian. They ain't going Hajj. They ain't going nowhere. I believe they believe the more collective psychics they have in their houses, the more positive results their attacks are gonna be. This is what I think's going on, right? Because and I also think a lot of the gang stalking works off judgment. I'll see something that can be perceived as being normal, right? And I take it as gang stalking. They pronounce judgment on me. But the thing is, they're setting up this street theatre. What do I mean? When I came home last night, there was one family in their garden. Well, there was three families, but they were all in one garden. Not more than 4 or 5 people in one garden. And I did turn on the camera and I did film. I'm not very eloquent. I'm not a photographer. Okay, I will try better in the future. But there were a bit of a problem with the filming as well. Um, but you should have seen the street last night. As soon as I came back, the van pulled up. It seemed like a multitude of Asians were getting out of it. And then the Lithuanians or Eastern Europeans across the road, they started pulling out what looked like massive plasma TVs out of their house straight in front of my house. Now, the guy had to walk. Please understand the common sense of this. It's not like the van ran out of fuel. Do you understand? The van parked right in front of my house. The guy with the TVs, and I'm talking big fucking TVs. I couldn't believe what I was seeing at first. One massive TV after another. Okay? Big 40-inch, 50-inch, 60-inch TVs. But he's having to walk over 300 feet, over 300 yards with these TVs to the vehicle that's parked right in front of mine. You see, what it is they don't like the blogs, the live blogs from YouTube. So if they can impress the fact that I'm recording people as opposed to blogging, then they have a point. Do you understand? Hence, the neighbor stood there like one of the Stepford wives. Because I just turned around and one of the neighbors was stood there. I was in my bedroom in the dark, I had the hallway light on. So she wouldn't have seen me that easily. But I was sat low. My bed's low as well. And I turned around and she's just stood there looking in at the property. Now, if that was me stood there looking in at her property, they'd have rang police and all sorts because I had police up here for less, a lot less, trust me. All right. So there's that. And then there's the guy with the TVs. And then there's the multitude of Asians coming out the Sunday school bus. Now, if you look at it, it's all directed to one thing. Oh, and then the other neighbor with the spy cameras. She's up in her house now. That was the first incident. I had my net curtains drawn, but not wide open. And it just so happened that I had the camera in my right hand. So the net curtains were covering my camera. They couldn't see the camera. But I peeped around the net curtains, and my neighbour's there with her daughter and everybody else, and I don't know what it is they're filming or what it is they're looking at. Well, they're looking at a device. I'm assuming that there's a camera in here. They're looking through my phone, but they're looking at a device and they're watching me from their bedroom window. Now, if you're listening to everything that I'm saying, right? Bedroom window, Stepford wife, TV, Sunday school bus. It's all for one thing, for me inside my property to record people going about their daily business outside my property. Do you understand? It all fits. When they get on a pattern, the gang stalkers, right, you just sit back and look at what they're trying to achieve and what they're all doing, what's similar about what they're all doing. And trust me, because one of them mouthed last night, he's filming us on his camera. Well, listen, Google, right? Google Maps have the facade of every building. Do you understand? The facade meaning the front of the buildings and the roofs, their gardens and everything else. Yeah? They're not filming people. They have the facade of the buildings. Now, I never gave Google no permission to come and do that. And I'm sure homeowners never gave no permission for Google to go and do that. But yeah, the properties are there on Google Maps. So if I want to take a nice slow detour outside right now, go live, make a blog, and take a live video of the facade of every gang stalker's house. That's my privilege and my right. I'm not doing anything that hasn't already been done. It's been done under British law, and I'm doing it under British law. When you understand and look at the law properly, you understand that these gang stalkers are operating within the law, but they try and bend it every now and again. Yeah? By peer pressure. Oh, you can't record this and you can't. Well, I fucking can, mate. Okay? You've done it. You put it on Google Maps. I can fucking do it. That's the precedent. Okay? And I'm the Prime Minister. Thank you very much. So we're going to go out today and we're going to have a look at them again because I find it highly amusing. Not only highly amusing, I've begun to realize that they have certain properties that they want to kill people in, I believe. They have certain properties they want to kill people in. And I believe this is one. My neighbour, I didn't realize about the gang stalking shit when I first moved in here. He told me about the neighbour that died here before, and every subsequent neighbour before that. They've all died, he claims. Not very nice, is it? Not very nice prospect. And my health has been going downhill. So I have to look at the statement. I have to look at what the gang stalkers are doing. I have to come up with the conclusion that they want to corral me into one spot, this property. Why is that? And in conjunction with that, why is my health going downhill? Do you get what I'm saying? So from now on, I'll preserve whatever little monies I've got left and use that to travel. Every single day, I'll go out all day. They can't stop me. They can gang stalk as much as they want. They can speed up and swerve and act as odd as they like on the streets. Do you know what it is? I haven't broken not one of her precious majesty's laws, so they can suck my Tallulah all day long. Because I am going out. Don't be made to feel harassed. I don't care if I see 110 fucking ambulances, okay, with red noses on them and the name Wilton spelt on the back, driving up the road in procession with helicopters overhead, with nurses and their tits out, with Wilton written on their tits. I don't give a crap how obvious they become. Do you understand? Come in the shops, cut me off, use your colour coding, do what the fuck you like, okay? Because I'm not doing what you want. I'm not being made to feel like an animal who's been herded. And I am not staying in this house. Oh, another thing as well. I don't know if any of you TIs have noticed this, but somehow they seem to have illicit birds, pigeons in particular. Oh, why? So it sounds mad. I know it sounds crazy. Soon as I came onto the cul-de-sac yesterday, two of them in unison. Crazy noise. And then when I tried to film them in unison, they stopped. Trust me, I personally have noticed the behavior of pigeons and certain other birds ain't natural. It ain't natural. They're not acting like normal, natural birds. So what's happened there, folks, is I don't know. But uh, it's about 8 o'clock or something in the morning. I'll go get a little wash, put on a arms and trot out and see what the day has to offer. But remember this, TIs. Remember this sincerely. And from the minute you wise up and you understand what's going on and that you've been manipulated all your life and yeah, and groomed and the rest of it, from the minute your eyes are open, this is where your innocence ends. Okay? So what you do will be weighed against you. And trust me, it will be weighed against you. So make sure you choose your words and your actions carefully. Okay? Choose them carefully. Because there's a higher power watching. And these fuckers, all they want to do, if it's not sexual perversion, then it's stealing. If it's not stealing and sexual perversion, it's eating meat. If it's not eating meat, then it's smoking. And if it's not eating meat or smoking, it's drinking alcohol. Trust me, they have the nasty little vices and they want to drag you into it. When you say pussy on the street, walk on. You know the song. Walk on. Yeah. Ain't worth it. Go mingle with them. When the cloaking feels down, you're going to look at one of these and it'll be like They Live. You'll be in bed, you know, John Carpenter's movie. You'll be in bed with one of them and you'll be thinking, what the fuck? Nah, man. Yeah, if that's the conclusion and you know it's true, don't do it in the first place, innit? Because you're just being nasty. You're just being gross. Yeah. You're sleeping with one of them. You know it's one of them. You can't see them. Oh, shit, man. Anyway, this whole thing makes me laugh. It makes me fucking laugh. I pray for them. I pray for them. I don't know whether that's right or wrong, but I pray for them. That's another thing as well. The gang stalkers seem to want to elicit negative emotion brought on by negative actions. So I would suggest, although you've noticed and analyzed and realized what it is they're doing, they're like bees, aren't they? Well, stop laughing at them. Stop cussing them. Start praying for them. Film them because they don't like to be filmed. But also pray for them. Don't cuss them in your heart. Okay? Because I'm positive they want a negatively charged aura. Do you understand? Don't give it to them. Even at home, privately, quietly, do not cuss them or have negative thoughts towards them. I mean, you think about it. They've got you on a negative all the time, right? And they've got you in your yard sucking up radiation. If they're isolating UTIs, they've got you in that house, right? And they're either firing microwave weapons at you or the house is designed to kill you, right? That's one negative. That's a physical negative. And then you yourself, a walking human being, a chemistry set, yeah? They're giving off negative, negatives. You can start producing negative chemicals, mate. That's 2 hits they've got. And then they're going to try and drag you onto some negative habit, either alcohol, smoking, or eating meat. That's 3 they've got against you. You understand? It seems to be a counting thing and, judgment thing. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. They're looking and they're looking and they're going, oh, he's not better than us. He's look at what he's doing. The minute I had a smoke last night, there was a Chinese lad parked across the road like he was wanting to pull out onto the main road. The only thing he was, the time that it took him to pull out, he could have pulled out 3 articulated lorries. So he was just sat there looking, and he smirked, didn't he? So I started giving the gang stalking hand signals to him, and then he refused then not to look at me. He couldn't help but look at me, confirming what I knew. Listen, They can suck eggs and play all night. I never went there to smoke. The guy gave me a bit of weed. I tore it up. I dashed it and threw it away because smoking is not my thing anymore. Okay? I'm not interested in smoking. Cigarette, weed. I'm not interested in having it given. I only went back over some of the things where I've been just to have a look, just to confirm. And you know what it is? I call them ethereal eyes. His eyes belay. You see, they can't. The eyes are the windows to the soul. They can mask the body, they can't hide the eyes. And their eyes are literally, physically different from ours. They may not see it, or they may see it, but that's irrelevant. Listen to me, TIs. If you're a real TI, I you will know their eyes, the whites of their eyes are physically different to ours. You can look on TV and you'll see them. In fact, go on YouTube and put the subject up and you'll get the subject up. Okay? I knew about that way before I even saw the subject on YouTube. And this is what happens. I find things out. I go on YouTube and I discover somebody else has found out about it. Believe you me, TIs, they can mask their bodies with whatever fucking. And I realize that this cloaking field that they're using has become very advanced, or rather, um, um, very innocent looking. It's in the electrical wires. It's in this phone. It's in every electrical output transmission that they give. They're pumping out this signal. Whereas before it was a shaft of light in Eden, a piece of technology that they used to use. It was in Iraq. That's where Eden was. That's where they used it first. And now it's global. Okay, it's global. They have this field that they're pushing this field through the electricity, through every aspect of electricity, especially Wi-Fi and phone, cell communications and stuff like that, and radios, shortwave radios, and they've been using this signal for a very long time. Trust me, a very, very long time. It's biblical. They killed Moses with it. Okay, this gang stalking thing isn't about electronics. It's electronics and spiritual. Okay, metaphysical, spiritual, and physical. The physical aspect of it is that they're hiding their bodies, their true identities. They're using the light technology to make themselves look beautiful. And I'm sorry, but any TIs that don't agree with me, you're a gang stalker, okay? You've got to have certain things to be a TI. And one of them is being a TI since birth. Whether you know it or not is irrelevant. You were marked from birth. From birth. Not 25, 35, 25 years ago it started. Because I mean, you see them guys on YouTube. Oh, I went out with this government girl and fucked her off, and that's why I started becoming a TI. Oh, I fucked this guy off and I became a TI. That's not how it works. You really think they're going to put in all that fucking effort because you pissed a few people off? Behave. Whoever's trying to sell you that shit on YouTube is a disinformation junkie and in no way should be listened to. Okay? I'm a genuine TI. I've got the scars all over my body to prove it from a baby, an innocent baby. They carved me up. My mother was one of them, and she sold me to the system, or what passes as a mother. I don't see how she could have had me as a child. I don't know, but I know that I'm not normal. I'm not what is considered as normal. I am not one of them. Right? And they are definitely, before I even knew about the disguises and the light technology, I've known for a number of years now, and I mean years, about the differences in our eyes. Their eyes are plainly, clearly, obviously different from ours. And then when you look at their mannerisms as well, yeah, and then you start to look at their bone structures, their features. Trust me, it goes on and on and on. Anyway, I'm going to chill for a few more minutes and then I'm getting up and then I'm going. So, TIs, live large. See you at my next upload.